Hi guys, welcome to Tech Geek. So today I'm here to tell you about the TCS Interview 2022. I hope you would have seen my earlier videos that were about Wipro and Newgen, and in case you want me to make a video on some other company or some other recruiting device or drives or off-campus jobs, do let me know. I'll be there for you all. Okay, so the major thing we'll be studying here is about how to prepare and what could be the things that you would be asked about. Okay. So, very first thing, the recruitment process of TCS. So, as you all are aware, there's an NQT test, that is National Qualifier Test. The very first process is NQT. If you actually clear the cutoff and you get a good percentile in it, then you get a chance to interview. That's a technical interview. Going with it, after the TR, we have an HR round. Okay. So these are the three rounds. Now, NQT is basically an aptitude test plus coding. Coding, we have two questions, and for technical, it varies according to the panelist also. Okay, so we'll see the most common technical questions in this. I won't be telling much more about NQT. I think everyone is aware. So, and if you're not, let me know in the comments. I'll have a separate video for NQT covering all the concepts of it. Okay. So let us see the thesis interview questions. So the very first thing is when you are giving a technical round, the panelist would ask you to introduce yourself. Now your introduction would be your education, that is your educational qualifications, followed by obviously if any experience you have, then the basic technologies you work on. Why I'm saying you to mention the basic technologies is, let's say you are good in Core Java. You should specify I basically work on Core Java and let's say SQL. So the panelist knows now the basic questions he'd be asking you would be about these. If you don't specify, then the person can ask about anything. So please be sure about it, okay? Then followed by some projects. So these projects would be the ones you have mentioned in the resume. So be clear with each and every project which you mentioned. You must be aware of what is the objective, the technologies used, how it was built, was it a team project, and yeah, the very most important thing of this project is what was your role in that project. Okay. Then coming to internships. Now this depends if any. Now let's say you are a totally a fresher, you don't have any experience, then this thing is not valid for you. But if you have interned in some other company, then do let them know the tenure, that is the duration of your internship, how and what were the works allotted to you, how you managed your college with this. Yeah, now coming to management, you should specify your skills, your time management, how you had a chance to speak up in a group and you gave your ideas to the company and yeah, they were influenced by you. So these things will add up to you. Okay. Now coming to basic technical. Now the thing was the first three things which you said basically covers up around 20 minutes and we have a 30-minute interview. So the more you tell about yourself, the more interview is going to be exciting. Now, let's say you gave a basic introduction just about your education, you don't specify about anything, then the TR will directly come to the technical questions. But if you have projects, you explain in a very good way, then obviously the person would like to know more about your internships, your projects, rather than asking you direct questions. So it's kind of a play game too. You can skip those technical questions by specifying all your skills by yourself. Okay. Now, there are some basic technical questions depending on what you mention in your resume and what are projects you have done. And yeah, some basic educational ones too. Let's say we have OS, we have computer networks, we have DBMS. So these questions go on usually. Then at last, the question asked was which field are you interested in and why? So this is a kind of a common question, I guess, in every company they ask you which is a field that you are interested in and why. Let's say if it's backend, then why? If it's development, then why? So be specific and be prepared beforehand. Okay. Now coming to the technical questions, as I said, they'll ask you the basic technical questions. So what those technical questions could be? The very first and most important thing is about the OOPS concepts. So OOPS is something you should actually learn. It's not about learning, it's understanding what is an object, what is object oriented programming, why Java is not object oriented or pure object oriented programming. So these reasons should come up. Then coming to the four major things, that is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. I guess in my interview time, when I was giving interviews of all the companies, I saw out of seven, six companies asked me the same question repeatedly. And yeah, it's really very important, but it goes on very well if you give an example of each one of them and then explain. So I'll do one thing, I'll make a video on this separately, and that's actually something that makes the interviewer feel that yeah, you have the knowledge. So it's kind of a good luck for you and a kind of adding a star to yourself if you explain it with the help of an example. Then comes to the question from polymorphism. The polymorphism, after asking, they usually ask to explain the types of polymorphism. It's runtime and compile time, or even said dynamic and static. So, what are these kinds of polymorphism and where it is used? You can give an example. Now comes to overriding and overloading. So these questions are interconnected. From polymorphism, they'll come to runtime and compile time, and then from this, they'll come to overloading and overriding. Then, of course, if the time stays, then they can ask you about software development, that is software engineering questions, that is software development life cycle and waterfall model. They have various we have agile model also, we have spiral model also, but accordingly, if you see in various interviews, I've seen waterfall model is the mostly asked one. So I would prefer you to actually go through it. Okay. And why is it efficient also? Could be an answer, though we have spiral also. So these are the various things you should know on a basic level. Then coming to a little advanced one. So these advanced one include recursive functions. They can ask you to write a code on recursive function. Let's say for writing a code to find the factorial using recursive function or to reverse a string using recursion. So these can be kind of a programming questions asked, and these will go up to advanced, a little advanced one. Okay. Then coming to hash map versus hash set, linked list versus array list. So basically this linked list versus array list would go with the person who says Java. Okay. So as per it was mentioned in a resume of the person I'm talking about. So for that person, it would be asked about Java. Let's say you mentioned Python, so they can ask you for dictionaries, list, and so on. So be careful about your resume. It is going to hold 80% of your interview. 20% depends on your determination, your confidence, and obviously your research. Okay. Now coming to research, what I mean to say, let's see. Now coming to the HR interview. HR interview is all about your research and all about yourself. Research comes to, did you find about the company? They like to know. They can ask you about the founder. They can ask you about the CEO. They can even ask you the tagline. Yeah, that's true. Tagline of TCS. Okay, that's building on belief. Okay, now coming to the HR, again, you'll be asked to introduce yourself. Now, there are cases which I've heard this time that people said they just got a TR mail and not the HR mail. And for some, there were three rounds TR, MR, HR, and some had only two. So it's totally upon them. You are not there to handle, and you cannot say that you didn't receive HR, so you're rejected. No. Might be they were impressed by your TR itself and they didn't want to go up with the HR, or might be it's like they had your HR, they were quite satisfied. So there are various aspects, so don't judge yourself accordingly. If your HR happened, that was good. If it didn't, maybe it's something good for you coming up. Okay, so let's see what HR has. The very first and basic question is introduction. Now again, the introduction should be something that can please the HR. So here you don't have to mention more of your skills. You have to mention why you are a good candidate. So your introduction should also be according to the panelists sitting there. Okay. Then coming to the second question, they'll ask you why should they take you in TCS. So you should specify that your skills are as suited as required in the job, or You can say you are a perfect candidate amongst those, and why you are perfect, then you can specify your skills here. Then your weakness. Now coming to your weakness, when you say about weakness, don't specify that you cannot work hard. Okay, like you get stressed, you're not patient. Don't specify these things, because the things which company wants in an employee and you show the negative points of them, this can obviously reduce your selection chances. Okay. Then coming to, are you a team player? Yeah, they want to know this because mostly projects are team based. So if you specify no, or if you say you're not compatible with people, then obviously this is also a negative point. So be true that yeah, I can work in a team. I did this project here. I led a team here, and so on. Now this is a tricky question. The next one: what is more important for you, money or work? So, as we all know, each one of us knows that money is equally important, but now you are going to be an employee, and the person there is an employer. The employer is hiring you for work. So, specify that both are equally important, but for me, work has a higher priority than money. Do specify this line. Then coming to the last one, they usually conclude by asking you, are you ready to relocate? Are you ready to work in shift timing? So obviously it should be yes from your end, because saying a no can be a no for you. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this. Do like, comment and share. Even subscribe the channel. And in case you feel there's something I missed out, or there is something you want to know more, or about any other company, anything, do mention in the comment box. Thank you. Thank you so much.